Hey guys, metaloidmonkey here. This time I'm bringing you a twos game spot and I played versus Alpha Candy Body Up and Stunner. This is on a repo. It's an Anders Arby mirror match, and hope you enjoy. Probably try to color correct this video. Marco gave me shit about the last video because he said it has a little bit of like a gray layer over it, so I'll work on that for this one. I'll see what I can do about that. I'll probably take a few more days to upload it just because of that. Anyways, I told him that that the key to this matchup is that the Arbiter plus Hogs is greater than Arbiter, and Arbiter plus Hogs is greater than Hogs. So just stay together. Don't recall if they have both their Arbiter and Hogs on offense. Just do mutual base damage. And basically, the standard build that I like to do, which is just very typical, is that you go for Reactor 3rd on your Expo and Reactor 5th on your main. However, that'll bring you straight into Grenadier, and when you're versing an Anders, if you're versing anyone that goes Hogs, then you don't want to you want to delay that second Reactor. So it might be better just to get the Reactor 4th on your main, and then go straight into Gunner when you're versing an Anders, just so that you can get you'll get your Gunner slightly faster. But keep in mind, whenever you do that, you get the Gunner slightly faster, you're slightly slower to Grenadier and slightly slower to Gauss, just because of that slight difference in supplies. It's only like a 40 difference, so it's not really that significant, but it's something to think about. But I also don't find it's worth building that extra pad because of the diminishing rate of return when you blow up a supply pad. Because if you build 4 pads and then you blow up one, you actually get less supplies than if you just had three supply pads to begin with. So basically, I'm just going for a Reactor 4th just so I can get my gunner as fast as soon as possible, and I'm just gonna try to get as many crates as I can, just so I can afford all this. And instead of delaying the pad on the Expo, I'm just gonna put it for a 5th on the main base. So I gotta make sure I keep building on both my bases. And what I need to do is I really need to be on offense right now. But since Spada doesn't really know what he's doing, he doesn't know where the Arbiter is. Like, we saw him pass, but we didn't see which direction he went. And Spada doesn't have his ghost anymore, so that doesn't help me out. So I'm just being extra cautious. I don't want him to be like just raging around in circles like an idiot. I mean, he wouldn't be an idiot if he caught my Hogs, because it would just make him look like a genius. But just to avoid any issues, I mean, we see he's got some Hogs at Spada's base, but they don't have Gunner yet, and so I mean, I'm about to get Gunner on my Hogs, and so I don't know what build he does. Maybe I think he might try to go straight into Grenadier, but the real thing you want to do is get an earlier Gunner. And so he's got Gunner now. The Arbiter's at the base, so I gotta get over there quickly. But I mean, Spada he really should have let me know so that I could get right in there. Because the last thing I need is to get my Hogs rage down early game, because that's GG right there. He's like, sit in front of the base, so if he locks it, Gun's like, no, switch. Because if he recalls, I don't want him raging my Hogs right away. I want to be able to get away. And I told him that he's got to get that pad building. And he's just like, no, I insist, go in front of the base. I'm like, no, that's not how it works. You've got to sit in front of the base. So I'm just delaying that pad there. And I'm just going to keep sitting here until the Arbiter goes through a recall. I could try to pick off some of the Anders Hogs as they leave their base, but if the Anders just locks their base, then I'm just wasting my time. And that's damage I could be doing on their Arbiter's base. So I see their Arbiter recall, Spada doesn't actually say anything. So I mean, that's another thing of teamwork. You gotta communicate when their Arbiter goes to the recall. So, I mean, if I had split my Hogs slightly, that's a pathfinding fail. But if I had split my Hogs slightly differently, I could have kept a few of them on offense at his base and ran the other ones away. Because as long as I can just use Spotted Arbiter as sight and just have good permanent visibility, like I do have one Hog hitting his base, that's extra damage that'll help me out. But he really shouldn't be wasting his time running in circles like this. That's never going to get him anywhere. So I don't know where his Arbiter is, but I do have sight on his teleport pad and everything. So I'm just gonna go back in there. Oh, but no, I see that he's right there. Spada doesn't call anything out, by the way. And I'm just gonna surrender another hog just because, just to make sure all my other hogs get away. And since he's separated himself from his hogs, I can go pick those off and get chase them off the spot as base, because I'm gonna get Grenadier and I'm gonna have more hogs, even though I lost those two, because I have that reinforcements advantage, defender's advantage of the extra base for the hog. So I'm just gonna quickly try to chase him out of there. I get Grenadier right there, and I'm able to push him off very nicely. Even get a quick pick on him. And I'm not going to chase because I don't know where his Arbiter is, so I got to be extra cautious. I'm going to use spot his base as sight. Now there's one concept that I'll get to a bit later, but it's that when you have an Arbiter, when you have your Arbiter, you can chase their Arbiter around in rage mode just to give your UNSC, your Anders player, sight. If your Anders player has sight, they can go anywhere with their hogs without worrying. So I mean, like, basically you just follow him in rage mode, and every time he goes to like change direction or anything like that, just hit him with your rage so that you can get an extra, so you can do damage on him, and eventually when that Arbiter gets to low health, just go in there and finish him off with your hogs and claim the kill. So he was trying to get a shield up, so Spot wanted me to send over one of my hogs because he didn't keep his ghost alive. Once again, that Arbiter recalls. I don't understand how many times he's recalling this game, but he does. He loves recalling. I actually didn't realize I had that second hog in there. I thought I only had that one hog. But notice I'm not running completely away because I'm just going to be able to use Spot as Arbiter for sight. And I see that he's trying to take that base, and I'm just going to be playing around. I move all my units away. And I know that I have him out hog because I got a good engagement earlier, and because he's got his hogs split up, whereas I've got like mine all together, so I get a nice hit on him there, pick off two of his hogs, and damage another one, and I'm just winning this hog fight so badly. So I know their Arbiter rage running over there. Spot his Arbiter, meanwhile, is just sitting on the base. So I know his Arbiter's going to be raging over there, and I know that I have a hog lead, so I'm ready to drop a D-bomb, and as soon as I see his Arbiter, I'm just going to drop a D-bomb, because that'll stop him from taking the Expo. Now that's debatable whether that was actually worth it or not, but that wasn't a panic D-bomb, that was intentional. I figured that since I had hog lead, and they had their Arbiter there, if I just threw a D-bomb, I would stop them from taking the base. I'd be maybe able to take it for myself, and I'd win the hog fight there. So he's not going to be able to take that base because I do have a hog lead. I mean, it's very slight right now because I had to deal with had to throw the D-bomb, and I had to deal with that Arbiter coming over and all the other extra stuff I don't need to deal with. But Spada's trying to catch hogs as they come out of the base, which also helped me gain a hog lead. But he really should just be with me at this base, so I didn't have to throw a D-bomb in the first place. That would have helped me get to Goss a little faster. But anyways, it's whatever he wants to do. I'm just trying to do a little bit of damage on that Arbiter, like not enough for them to like warrant dropping a heal, but enough so that next time I engage him, we're gonna win that hog and Arbiter fight very easily. So he keeps trying to take that base. But he's not going to be able to because Spada's still got full health on his Arbiter, and I told him he needs to get over there now because he's got to get that base down before they even get an extra hog out of that. It's got to be completely not worth it for them to have that base. So you notice how I didn't go station, that because the station takes 15 seconds to research, so you're delaying yourself about one hog, and it's also 300 resources more expensive. And I'd only ever get station if it goes to late in the game and it becomes a base race, so that your bases take longer to kill and you'll win that base race. But I told him that you rage down that Arbiter as much as you can. I'm going to go over to try to ram him and get the kill. But I see that he's got his hogs right there, and once again, hogs and Arbiter are greater than hogs, so I'm not even going to bother. Like I'm just going to say, okay, we got about a minute because he's going to have to throw a heal, and so now's our chance to take the base. And so I'm just going to quickly click up reserves, and I'm going to down tech. I wouldn't down tech otherwise, but I'm down teching because I'm trying to take another base. It'll give me the resources to do that more easily. And so I'm just going to wait and try to just build that supply pad back so that I can so I'm not delayed too much. And so I see he's got a Banshee over here, but I have Goss, and I'm not even going to bother getting rid of that base for one non-boost Banshee. The little damage it does, I'd rather have that base up for those extra seconds. So I'm telling Spada I need you to sit in rage mode on the path that their Arbiter's going to come from. Like, and he's trying to go up the ramp, and I'm like, no, I don't care about their hogs. That's not going to do anything to me. So I'm telling him that I need you to when their Arbiter shows up, I need you to rage right onto him so that you can start doing damage on him and get into red bar so that I can just run in there and steal the kill. Because that's the main idea of when you're running an inner Arbiter, and so that's what he's trying to do. And so his Arbiter's trying to hit my base, and since his Arbiter's really just going for the base, I can actually just run right in there, and just with the 4 Goth Hogs I have, just get the kill on that Arbiter. It doesn't matter that I lost those few hogs. We killed their Arbiter. So now we have hogs and Arbiter, and that is greater than hogs, regardless. Assuming the numbers are approximately the same. So he can't push up with the hogs, and if he didn't have a shield on his base, we would be pushing on the Covenant base, but we'd be pushing from the UNSC side so that he couldn't just sneak his hogs around us. And so now we're just checking to see if he has an expo. If we had a ghost alive, we'd be scouting with that now, but we don't. So I just checked those other 2 bases, and I just got to check all the bases. But I'm just gonna be able to deny his reserves, or at least what I think is his reserves. I'm assuming he didn't already have a field armory and blow it up, because I definitely saw that reactor glow earlier. So I'm assuming he got rid of that earlier and just maybe never rebuilt on that slot as a field armory. So Spotted clicked me because I couldn't produce from all my bases, and he's just raging, so he really doesn't need to spend that much money on anything. Now, if I didn't have that expo, it's not worth if I didn't have that expo, it would never have been worth it for him to click me, since it's much better for him to get to a Tech 3 Arbiter. So he's just trying to sandwich these hogs. He's trying to go from the back, but I think he's fail raging onto some of the buildings, which doesn't do anything for me because I'm just going to lose a bunch of hogs here. Now, if I reinforce with those other hogs, that would have been nice, but I mean, I just tried to keep him back. And he points at my base, needs a heal, so I just throw a heal on my base. And then he's like, oh, you should heal me, and I'm like, no, I need to heal my base, and you're just going to let your Arbiter die this time. Because as long as we have hogs and Arbiter, we will beat the hogs. It doesn't matter. It does matter, but the thing is, the difference is that he doesn't have that many more hogs than I do. In fact, I think we actually have the same number of hogs, except he's going to be of course he's reinforcing and I'm reinforcing. I just don't have as much health. And so basically, we're just going to engage with our Arbiter and then with the hogs, because their Arbiter's full health. I'm just waiting to get in there, just so Spada can cut the numbers. And he's Tech 2, so it's no big deal. But the thing is, because I've been triple pumping, now I'm at 10 hogs, so I can easily just kill a Tech 1 Arbiter without a D-bomb. So that's what I'm going to go try to do. In fact, he gets out of rage mode at the perfect time. Just makes it really easy on me. But either way, he would die because he takes so much damage in rage mode. So I killed that Arbiter, and our Arbiter is going to be back before their Arbiter gets back. So we're in good position. He clicks me to heal the base. And I really do hate Anders Arbiter mirror matchups, because if both teams know the concept of just keeping your stuff together, it becomes a huge stalemate mess of a game. So I mean, it comes down to like whoever fails with the D-bomb, or I mean, it really just they turn into long games, and it's ugly. Like it'll end up getting to like Tech 3 Arbiter and a Scarab. Like, that's how stupid it is. And I mean, I just had my second base for longer, but we should have found this base sooner, as opposed to just finding it out. Honestly, we should have found it like a minute ago. Oops, we totally would have found that. But anyways, I mean, we worked with what we got, and we've got a British person and British people for some reason. I don't know. I don't understand them. But either way, I'm able to just bring my hogs around, and he's going to race through with his arbiter that direction, so we still get a nice sandwich on his hogs. So that'll definitely give us a clear hog lead, as if I didn't already have it, because I've been on 3 bases and he's only on 2. And I'm pretty sure that he's got some of his hogs split up around the map, so I don't think that's an issue. So I'm also telling Spada that he needs to get his arbiter over to the other side and just start raging so that he can lock onto their arbiter, and then I can finish off for the kill. But he still doesn't understand that concept. He's like, "Don't worry, we'll get the base. I'm just gonna drop in these suicide grunts." And I'm like, dude, there's their arbiter. This is what I wanted to avoid, because I don't want to lose like any hogs, because I shouldn't have to. But I do lose a few, but it doesn't matter because their base is gonna go down anyways. But I don't like to deal with that. It just makes it easier if he would listen a bit better. So I mean, I just keep finding their random groups of hogs. I mean, maybe that's all of his hogs, I don't know. But it's just random groups of hogs. But I'm not even gonna bother with that because I don't care. I'm just gonna go over to their arbiter's base, and because I have a minute, I can easily kill a temple before their arbiter gets back out instead of having to drop a D-bomb. Because I have a more upgraded arbiter than their arbiter, and if I don't drop a D-bomb, we're just gonna win that fight. So they're just gonna resign because there's nothing they can do about it. I guess I'll see you guys next time. I'm not sure what video I'm gonna post, but basically that's how you run an Andrew's Arbiter versus in a mirror match. Very unexciting. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more. And yeah, thank you for watching, guys.